Some of us, a lot of us, facing heartbreaking circumstances, facing issues that bring pain and suffering, facing the things around us. We kind of perceive this idea that we got to harden up, that we've got to get tough, we got to get like stone, grit, if you will. Now, I know that grit is important. Grit is something that we need in order to encounter things in life and be able to remain strong in our faith and increase our stamina to push through situations, to push through circumstances, to push through the difficulties that are happening around us. We need grit to hold on to our faith, but sometimes that grit becomes something different. It begins to evolve into something different, something unhealthy, something not safe for our soul. You see, that grit or that I'm gonna harden up and face the day becomes more than just I'm gonna be stoic and strong and in my faith, and it begins to evolve into I'm gonna harden my heart. Now, hardening your heart is something that we all face. It might not be a full encasement originally or initially. I mean, they're like different parts of our heart that we harden because life becomes hard, and we're like, okay, you know what, that heart issue or that heart problem or that heart struggle or that thing that happened in my heart, that hurt too much. So I'm gonna firm it up. I'm gonna strengthen it. I'm gonna increase a negative kind of resolve so that nothing can break in. And then that evolution takes place from that one place where the heart was hard, and it begins to move into other regions. It begins to move into other areas of our heart. It begins to move into other places, and before you know it, you've got a hardened heart. Like the circumstances, your life issues, the pain that you faced, maybe growing up, or the pain that you faced in how you treated your children, or the pain that you faced in your sibling relationships, or your significant others, your spouses, your friends. There's things in our life that just make us want to harden our heart because it's just too tough to deal with. And we feel like, in some ways, negatively and honestly, like if we just harden our heart, we don't have to deal with it. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this heartbreak. That's our thoughts. I don't want to deal with this pain. I don't want to deal with this suffering. I don't want to deal with this thing that's going on around me. So I'm just going to harden myself up. I'm going to harden my heart so I don't have to address it, so I don't have to deal with it, so I don't have to do something about it. Next thing you know, our heart is hardened in all the wrong ways. Our heart is hardened in the ways that are unhealthy. Our heart is hardened in the ways that bring more suffering to the people around us. Our heart is hardened in the way that we can't be, pushed through. Like there's no soft parts or portions of us. And when people that love us try to step into our lives, they can't be a part of it. The seed scattered by the love of Jesus falls on the stony ground, or the earth, if you will, of our soul, and it withers and it fades because it's not strong. See, in Ezekiel 36:26, it talks about this. It talks about, that the Lord, that God wants to soften our hearts, that He wants to take away our hearts of stone and make our hearts tender. Man, we need tender hearts in this time, don't we? We need tender hearts. Like some of us, man, we want to just wall things up, and we want to protect ourselves. We don't want to deal with this stuff. We don't want to deal with this pain and suffering all around us, this COVID-19 stuff, this what people are becoming. Man, people are becoming ugly out there. And that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you, like you people that are becoming ugly in your relationships. You're becoming ugly in your actions, your interactions, your decisions. You need to deal with your heart. Your soul is getting hard. And it's going to become such a difficulty in your life that you're not going to be able to have the relationships that you need in your life if you just continue to harden stuff up. Man, you got to deal with it. You got to address it. You got to begin to make sure that your actions and your behaviors, your decisions, your hate, your frustration, your bitterness, does not begin to corrupt your heart in such a way that it becomes rock hard. Yeah, I know that we need grit. I know that we need stamina to push through this, but we got to be careful that our hearts don't become hard, that we stay tender, that we stay soft, that we stay in a place where people can meet us, where people can see us, where people can be with us, where we can find comfort and strength in others, and others can find comfort and strength in us. Man, we need each other. We need each other. Like, this is manifesting ways that people are acting ugly, but there's some people that are acting beautiful. There's some people acting precious. There's some people acting wonderful. There's some people acting amazing. And those precious, loving, amazing people won't be able to invest in our lives if we have stoned ourselves up and we are unable to be worked with and cared about. You know, some of your relationships are changing because of the bitterness that exists around you. And you're stuck in homes with people that you married, and, you know, person that you married, and the person you had kids with, and with your kids. And some of those ugly things, when you're stuck in a place for a long time, they begin to manifest themselves. And let that be an interaction in your life that helps deliver the truth to your soul that you need to address some stuff. As Ezekiel says, that you would find the necessary actions in praying to God and ask Jesus for help to make your soul, make your heart once again tender. You want to be empowered. You want to overcome this situation. You want to overcome other situations. You want to overcome difficulties that are in your life. You want to deal with this drama, this issue, this struggle. Making your heart stone isn't going to do it. Becoming tender and gentle and loving and compassionate is going to empower you more than anything else. More than anything else. My prayer for you today, my prayer for me today, is that I don't grow bitter, that I don't grow hateful, that you don't grow bitter, that you don't grow hateful, that you allow your heart to become soft again by the work of Jesus. The malleability of your soul begins to be able to be shaped again by the love of Jesus. I need you. I need you. Others need you. Others need you. You need others. Address it. Deal with it. Do something about it, guys. Do something about it. I love you all so much. The Lord loves you all so much. Soften your hearts. Soften your hearts. I know these are tough times, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Cry out to Jesus. I love you. He loves you more.